Howdy. How y'all doing? I'm out here in the beautiful great outdoors, Washington State, close proximity to that big old cinder pile, Mount St. Helens. One of the only active volcanoes in these here parts. Now, some of you folks like to come out here in the woods and you like to shoot at the critters. Now, you can do that. It's legal, okay? But some people don't like it, and I'm one of them. When I come out here, I don't want to hear no gunshots, and I sure as heck don't want people shooting at my furry little forest friends. This is the kind of food that I want to eat. This is cruelty-free. Cruelty-free, gourmet, backwoods cooking. Tastes good, makes you feel good, don't hurt nobody. Now what we got here, starting out, we got green bell peppers. Now you can use other peppers, but these are the ones I'm using. You got some soy chorizo. Now this here says vegetarian. Now normally vegetarian is not cruelty-free. However, this just happens to also be free of all animal ingredients, and in this case, probably not animal tested or anything like that, so it's technically vegan. If you want to put a label on it, just say, for some reason, don't like to put that one on, they put vegetarian. Then we got here some green onions, probably seen those before. Some mushrooms, just white ones, which, you know, you could use any kind you like. Sweet onion, don't have to be sweet onion, you could use another kind. Jalapeno peppers, you could use another kind, or you could just leave them out if you don't like it spicy. Then you got some zucchini squash, don't like that, don't put it in there. Then we also got some wheat gluten flour. Now that don't have no flavor, that's in there for some substance. It's kind of it's actually the same thing that seitan is made out of, if you ever heard of that before. Gives it a nice hearty feeling, and also going to hold kind of bind it all together, you know. Then we got black pepper and salt. Last but not least, we got here some Daiya cheese. Now, dairy-free, lactose, casein-free, gluten, soy-free, cholesterol-free, and vegan. Best thing I like about it is it's cruelty-free. If you want something that tastes like cheese, this is the way to go. Oh, something that tastes like cheese without hurting anybody, because, you know, this doesn't hurt anybody. Then we got a big old moonshining jar that I borrowed from my daddy. We use that for mixing it all up with. And that's it. There's only one more thing that you require to make some high-quality, cruelty-free, gourmet backwoods cooking, besides high-quality, fresh ingredients, and that would be proper tools. So let's get started. Now we got our garlic here. Now just chop the tips off. Okay, nice thing about being outdoors, you know, as long as it's just vegetable material, on the ground, the critters take care of it. Just don't be leaving none of that nasty stuff out here, you know, like beer bottles and cigarette wrappers and all that other kind of hogwash. Now, I do suggest that you be trained on the proper use of an axe in the kitchen first before attempting this. I'm an expert, believe me. If you go and chop off your fingers, it will no longer be cruelty-free. Oh, and if you get an ant crawling in there, you just kind of push them out of the way. There we go. Almost done with this. Okay, now to use the other part of this here tool, we just want to smash it just a little bit. Just a tad, okay. Okay. Okay, now there went my lid. One of the less impressive things about cooking in the great outdoors is stumps aren't always level. Okay, most of these things just pop right off of there. A few of them are kind of stuck. Yeah. Now I'm making a fair amount of this mixture here, far more than I'll probably need for these 2 peppers that I just don't really need to make anymore at the moment, so that's what I'm going to cook. I do recommend bringing some mosquito repellent and fighting them off something fierce. Crawling all over me right now, and I can't do a dang thing about it. For one thing, I don't like to kill them. I usually just try to keep moving so they can't eat me. Okay, we got us a pretty good pile there. Check the axe for bugs first. Next time I'm finding a better stump. This one's making my cutting board bounce. Not working too hot. Hey, hear that? Nothing. Just a creek down yonder, a couple birds, that's it. I love it. Almost got it. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put just a tad of this wheat gluten powder in the bottom of my jar. That way all this moist stuff will sit on top of that. And then we'll have less stuff sticking to the jar when we're all done. So you just scoop this on up, like so. Like so. Okay, onion. Okay, I got the tips off. Chopper down the middle. Make quarters out of it. Okay. Get all the skins out of there. How y'all been doing with it, eh? Okay. It would be kind of easier to work if I could see. Okay. Now mind you, I could have done all this at home. and then just cooked it out here, but then all you fine folks wouldn't get to see this exciting work here. Alright, moving on. Let's go ahead and try some zucchini squash. Pretty easy on this one. Chop one end, chop the other. Then we're going to split her down. It's kind of like a log, you know. Kind of how some people use it for that, you know. Yeah, there we go. And we'll do that way. Now I want to make the stuff kind of small. That's, you know, you don't have to do it like that. By the way, you can pretty much put anything in here. If you don't like onions, don't use them. I mean, there ain't too many things you can do other than the pepper, but you can get a different kind or whatever, you know. But at least for this idea, you could always use a pumpkin or something, I suppose. This is the part where I don't want to cut off my fingers. Well, usually don't want to anyway, but especially I'd hate to not be able to finish this project. I'll try to do that after I'm done filming. Okay. Yeah, that didn't work too well. See, folks, that's what happens when you get in a hurry. Okay. I bet them skeeters would be glad if I cut myself. They wouldn't have to work so hard to get my blood. Okay, what now? Mushrooms. I just kind of cut the bottom of the stem off. It's kind of nasty looking. Make it. Yeah, that'll work. Now, mushrooms have a ton of water in them, so they're going to shrink down. Well, the mushroom will shrink, and then the liquid will come out, and that's kind of how this is going to work here. This wheat gluten flour is going to absorb all the liquid that comes out of all the vegetables, including the chorizo. Now, if I wasn't being eaten alive by mosquitoes and having to balance on one foot over here, I'd be a little bit more efficient at this, I suppose. Come out at the right time of the year and you feel confident enough, you can always find some wild mushrooms out here if you like those. I personally don't go for that. I'm not qualified to figure out which ones will thrill me and which ones will kill me. Some of them things will mess you up quick. Green onion. Out of the way just before the blade hits the cutting board. Okay. Yeah, close enough. Jalapeno.